G'day, my name is Tanner McCaddy. I go by Forceful in game. I've been an NA coach slash analyst for the last couple of years, and basically, I saw your opportunity here for your position with Fnatic, and I wanted to show you skills that I provide that could help benefit you. My method of doing this today is going to be a game between BDS and Fnatic. My goal here is to basically illustrate why BDS won this particular round that I'm going to be showing, and basically show you some little things that you guys can do to basically deny them from winning this round the same way the next time. The gist of it is it's utility placement and time management that's kind of messing you guys over here on defense. So we're gonna crack right into it, and we're gonna figure out exactly what's going on here. So overall, right, we got a pretty standard defense coming out here from you guys on attack, or correction, from you guys on defense here. The strategy employed uses mainly most of the default reinforcement. It puts a lot of utility over on, or shows like it's got a lot of utility over on yellow stairs, which kind of prompts BDS to do an admin take. BDS loves admin takes. It's something that they've been known to do here for a while. So the amount of utility you guys commit over to the admin side appreciates or respects the opposition's basically intent here to basically push. What you're going to see here though is I believe your utility placement is a little too far back, and I feel like you guys give up admin control a little bit too fast here to basically afford you guys the opportunity to basically deny the plant later on. So just to go over this really quickly, I've done a quick drawing of what your strat basically looks like, and there's some pretty glaring holes for me, right? The biggest glaring hole for me right now is the admin control, right? There's not much contestation of admin whatsoever. Excuse me. I want to apologize. Excuse me. I am sick right now, but I couldn't wait to do this opportunity, so I had to do it. I know I'm sick. I apologize for my voice, but anyway, let's crack right back into it. So the biggest issue that I see with this strategy right now is the level of control or access that BDS has to admin area right now. They're able to basically gain control and gain a foothold on the top floor, which is something that's supposed to be really difficult for attackers to do within the first, I believe, 35 seconds, right? They're going to be able to be inside of admin control and already establishing themselves. Little things that you guys are doing here, like a Goyo shield placement right here, and your other two Goyos. I like the idea behind Goyo here, but the usage of them in this particular strat does not benefit you guys at all. In fact, this Goyo shield right here weakens your ability to deny them admin pressure, right? And your Mozzie pests are too far back to basically deny information to them. Like, the most important information an attacker needs when on consulate is to basically know where they're going to be attacking from and what kind of foothold they can establish. And these two Mozzie pests right here and here do not afford you any denial of information of admin area, which again allows them to take control of admin in 25 seconds. Additionally, other things I do like about this strat, I do like the use of the bulletproof camera here to basically reinforce the information on site. But as you'll see here, there's not enough ADS support to basically support destroying or to support keeping this ADS alive, which is going to cost you guys here in a little bit in a second. All right, so let's go back into the round here, and we'll continue to watch how it plays out. So other things I do like, I just want to quickly mention while this is going on, I do like the opening of connector wall. If you know they're going to do an admin take, opening up of connector wall and getting that long angle from console is super useful to your team. It's going to afford you guys extra line of sights and extra crossfires, which is going to continue to take that area which is meeting or a projector and turn it into a kill box, which I believe is your intent in this scenario here. Now, here's a couple things, right? If you look at the time, right, they've already established a foothold in the site. I know that your guys' intent here is to turn, if they're going to do an admin take, typically the team means they're going to do projector, and you've turned projector into a kill box, and you're basically going to be denying them the ability to establish themselves in that place and hopefully deny plant. But what BDS does is they anticipate this and they counter it regardless. And why they're able to do that is because of the time that's afforded to them here. So what I would suggest in future references or future times that you defend this is at least put a body inside of open area with a couple Mozzie pests at the beginning of a round. What you will notice is that your ability to deny them information of open area will be so much more effective, as they'll have to deliberately drone it out to make sure that everything is clear. The guy who's inside of open area or inside the admin area doesn't need to stay there right away. He can fall back initially, but when they have a drone placed in admin, they're going to be very cautious, and a couple Mossy Pests too, they'll be very cautious in taking admin. You're going to buy yourself about 30 seconds worth of time just simply by denying them. And as you'll see later, 30 seconds more time would have afforded you guys a lot more pressure and would have afforded you more opportunities for them to make mistakes. So let the round play out here. Yeah, both Ash and Hibana are going to be pushing in through open air, or correction, admin area. I always call open and admin the same, sorry. You have the Nomad on Spiral Repel. You're going to have the Zofia on Suicide Balcony Repel, basically denying all the cutoffs from admin. And you notice how they don't even, like, you have a Goyo shield that's not even being contested here. It's because there's no information. It's the Goyo shield inside of the room adjacent to one we're in right now. I call it Coffin. It's just outside of open area. I'll circle it when I get a chance. But basically, they didn't even destroy this shield right here because of the fact that they had all the information that no one was playing behind it and you didn't have an angle on it. Because they have spiral control, no one can shoot this, right? Because of spiral repel, no one can shoot this from spiral, right? They don't even have to destroy it. They don't even have to waste their utility on it. And if you look at their lineup, right, based on the lineup that you brought, it directly counters you with the Zofia and the Ashe and the 3 operators that can all bring flashbangs to basically deny your ADSs. They have more ability to deny your ADSs than you do. Have the ability to basically set up your ADSs, which means all this utility, your bulletproof camera, your Goyo shield, your Maestro cameras, they're all extremely vulnerable if you don't focus your ADSs in a specific location. So anyway, you got nice Mozzie Pest right there. It gets quickly shot. So you deny them information. You basically destroyed a drone. It's not like it's good use of a Mozzie, but it's not the best use of a Mozzie. The best use of a Mozzie is to deny them droning area versus to take over the drone itself. So here you go. You get some information on the Maestro camera that's set up on the wall back here, right? And you've got an ADS basically supporting it so that it doesn't get destroyed, right? But now you got Ash and Hibana, namely Shaiko, pushing up here, and they're just going to be able to burn utility and then fall back without getting punished, right? The placement or the player who's playing the shield right now needs to either play more aggressive or needs to basically throw a C4 or needs to just deny. But at this point right here, he's not really doing anything, and Shaiko's able to move up because of the spiral control that they had before and take spiral control for free. As you've noticed here, the Nomad has moved off at this point because they've afforded you all the spiral control, and he's probably watching flank at this point. So you've got the diffuser, which is attached to Thermite, and Renshiro on Zofia, basically on Suicide Bulk. You've got Ash and Ash and Hibana holding the long angle, and at this point, 50 seconds left in the round, they are ready to execute. 55 seconds left in the round. That's a lot of time for an execute. And it had been 25 seconds, there'd be a lot more mistakes. They wouldn't be able to reposition. Right now, they have everybody positioned exactly where they need to be positioned to deny you map control and to win their gunfights. And they're confident in their gunfighting ability based off the last map that they played. So this is a very confident strat. Now, what they're going to do, you see Raphael down below, he's denying for the C4 from below, but you don't even have a C4 below, right? So what's going to happen here is the Hibana is going to push up down the hallway and deny your long angle presence while the plant is going down. They're willing to trade bodies for plant, and you'll see why here in a second. Right, there goes your bulletproof. It gets shot out by Shaiko. And now they're just contesting the hallway. Some suppressive fire to keep your guy down on the shield so he can't contest or hear Shaiko as he creeps up here. And then Shaiko's going to come up here and he's going to try and catch him by surprise, but he gets traded. And Mentalist gets a nice frag on the Shaiko, which is good. But what you guys weren't noticing is that the plant's going down while Shaiko's doing that, right? And you have no way of contesting it. The long angle is the only way to contest that window, really. And there's not enough bodies or time picked here so that they're able to just put the plant down, and the plant goes down with 39 seconds left in the round, right? Like I said, if you wasted 30 more seconds, this round would be completely different, right? And the utility placement, like they weren't even using their charges all that much for the utility. They were just shooting your utility for the most part, right? And now they're underneath, they're above, they're basically holding long angles, and they're just playing outside. And at this point, the round's not over, but it's pretty close to over. You've got Nomad, who's used up his 3 Nomad pellets. Any runouts you guys try and do is going to be very difficult for you. Nomad is smartly rotated over towards console window, so he's going to hold the long angles. Ash rotated down to Nomad's position, so he can deny from below. Sophia still has 2 impact charges because she didn't have to use it because she could just shoot your utility, right? Which means she can now drop down below and to play from below and deny it, right? And your Jaeger's often never land. Like, he's not doing anything that's benefiting you right now, right? He doesn't have a C4 to deny plant. He doesn't have the ability to come up the stairs because it's nomaded. He doesn't have the ability to push up because they've got the angles of the flank watch established, right? And Jaeger's just in a position where he basically hasn't done anything all around. And it's unfortunate that he's in that position, but the strat kind of put him in that position when you've got him roaming by himself. Instead, a better use of Jaeger, have him come up yellow stairs and help him contest the long angles. Right, Jaeger's got a very good gun. He has the ability to he's very fast. Right, he can sneak around. He can get flanks. But if you try and bring him up the main stairs, you try and bring him up spiral stairs, he was just going to get shot down. Right, so. And he doesn't have, like I said, he doesn't have the ability to play that vertical game like a Pulse or a Valkyrie would have. Right? And now at this point, it's all up to Lusty, and Lusty's kind of in a bad position here to kind of win it. He does get his 1 pick, but he does get traded out here quickly. There's not really much he can do at that point, right? Statistically, rounds are won when the first pick is more rounds are run when the first pick is taken and not traded out, and then additionally, you're going to win more rounds when you get the post plant done. Those are like the 2 most common ways to win a round statistically in your favor if you're playing the numbers game. And all they did here was play the numbers game. They denied you guys your long angles and were willing to trade bodies in order to allow for the plant to go down. They let Shaiko die so they could get the plant down, and because they got the plant down, they were able to trade you guys out real quick because you don't have anywhere else to push them but through fatal funnels, right? And then your retake of site was not possible because they had all the angles locked down preemptively. Now, if we go back to the drawing board here, the biggest thing that denied them that was this being taken over in 25 seconds. Right, 25 seconds they have open area control. Right, they spend another. What did I say? The plant goes down at 55. Right, 55 the plant goes down, or maybe it's 40 the plant goes down. Right, that means they spent another minute 20 here, and then they didn't even need to use all the round to get the plant down. Right. Things that you could do differently to change this up, right? So a couple things you can do differently, right? First thing I would do is I would move these Mozzie pests into positions in which it denies them information, right? I would commit all 3 Mozzie pests to this area, right? You already have I don't know where the 3rd Mozzie pest was, but I would commit it all to this area to deny them the information of this, of basically trying to clear out open area, right? And then I would put Jaeger initially inside of open area, right? He doesn't have to play there initially. He doesn't have to play there the whole time, right? But he can fall out, right? As soon as they start getting on the windows, or he just plays back here, as soon as they see Jaeger when they're droning out this area, they now have to deal with that Jaeger, and they have to think about him. He can then fall back down if you want to have the roam presence down below. That's fair. I've seen it work many times. I don't quite always agree with the Jaeger down below by himself. He doesn't have that vertical pressure, but he does have the ability to be a pest and a nuisance if teams decide to go after him, right? But let him be a pest and a nuisance from the get-go, right? Put him inside there. Let them get a couple drones. Maybe he gets a drone. Maybe the Mozzie pests get a couple drones. You're already denying info. This now takes about a minute to clear, right? Unless the Jaeger gets dropped real fast. Continue to have the Goyo. Initially, you had the Goyo placed behind the shield. He can support that. He can support that plant as well, right? Other things you can do, right? This Goyo shield can, instead of putting it here on the door, right, which easily gets shot by the window, or this one that easily gets shot there, put it in the corner where you know the plants are going to be, right? And you guys made vertical holes right here behind the Goyo shield so that if Jaeger wanted to go down below, he could shoot up and destroy the shields. Put the same vertical holes right here and basically deny them that plant. At least now they have to wide swing and destroy that utility. They don't have any nades in their lineup, so they're going to be a little bit caught out. That Goyo shield placed in the corner with no nades up is going to be super effective for you guys. The only way they're going to be able to destroy it is if they can get an Ash to go down long, or if they can get someone on Spiral or Repel. Right, this Goyo placement was good. I like the Maestro and the Bulletproof for backing it up. I would also take another ADS, and I would, if you know that they're going to do this admin take, and that's what you're promoting is for them to do the admin take, commit the resources to it. I would like your ADSs with the way that their lineup is currently structured, the amount of flashbangs that they can bring, the Zofia, right? The amount of things that they can use to burn ADSs, you have to consolidate your ADSs. You have to sacrifice something in order to get something else. And I would if you sacrifice the shield up here or the protection of the shield up here, right? What you're going to afford yourself is information with the bulletproof and the Maestro cam. It's going to have a little bit more security, right? Also, I really like this. Like, if you know they're doing an diamond tick, I really like this rotate hole you guys have got. It's really solid. But the Maestro player or whoever's back here is kind of in a pickle, right? This is where another opportunity where that Jaeger coming up yellow stairs can really afford you, because when you push the Goyo back and he's playing the shield here, right? He's kind of on isolation island, right? He doesn't have support. There's no crossfire, right? Having two people in console office at this time would be pretty beneficial to you, provided you know that they haven't hit out console windows. They do eventually rotate someone console windows, and having two there against that one would probably be more effective at denying the plant. Last thing I wanted to point out is the smoke needs to waste his canisters on denying the plant versus throwing them at the door. Throwing them at the door to slow them from advancing when there's 2 minutes on the board is not an effective use of your smoke. You're not going to get much utility out of it. You're not going to delay crucial seconds. Crucial seconds are the seconds in the later half of the round versus the first half. He's not going to delay the crucial seconds, and basically, that once they know the canisters are gone, that's probably a cue for BDS to get the plant gone, right? Because they're the only thing that you can do is you can kind of clip the smoke through the wall here to deny that plant. But if he doesn't have any smoke canisters yet because he threw them preemptively, then BDS knows that, then they can just go for the plant, right? So anyway, with that being said, we're kind of at 16 minutes here. I just want to kind of cut it up at that point. I tried to do this all in one take so it was clear to what I see going on as an issue on this map. Biggest thing that, like I said, is time management and utility placement is what costs you guys the inability to pressure them for the plant. They had all the angles held, and you guys can't really. It's really hard to peek windows on consulate. Like, that's how attackers win, is by let the defenders peeking. So, biggest thing you guys can do to improve is just slow them down in console, right? Or even commit more resources to console. Don't be afraid to have Goyo and both Jaeger play in console initially, and just deny them that, right? What they'll force them to do is either one, try and kill these two guys, or two, flip the push. And that right there is a minute wasted, and you're affording yourself more opportunity, right? Be flexible in your position.